DreamWeavers StarTrax. DreamWeavers StarTrax. DreamWeavers StarTrax. DreamWeavers StarTrax. DreamWeavers StarTrax. DreamWeavers StarTrax. DreamWeavers StarTrax.
Welcome, Dreamweavers. How you doing out there? Glad to see you come back, some of you out there. And I am with the wonderful host, Miss Corinne Zai.
Hi, and I'm with the wonderful host, Mr. Renzai.
And this is Indigo, Miss Carly Kemp.
Hello.
Who is a fabulous singer and actor, and you're going to have a lot of fun today because she's really good at what she does. And then at the end of the show, we're going to tell you a little surprise about her life. But
and she can dance too, y'all.
Oh yeah, and she can dance. Yeah, unique dancing actually.
Don't my nails look great? I just have to say.
Okay. We're not going to look at mine.
So let's start with, as we always do here, kind of getting a little background history. What age did you first start thinking you might want to sing or act or dance? How'd that start?
Well, I've always wanted to sing from the time I was really little, but it actually started, I was actually in band. I played the flute for about 6 years, and I ended up starting out a little bit in marching band, and we would do some parades at Disneyland, and then I saw, it was pretty awesome, hanging out with Mickey. But then I had a lot of my friends starting to take choir and doing show choir and stuff, and I really, really wanted to get into that, so I had one last show that I did at Disneyland, and I made the decision there that I really wanted to sing and I wanted to dance and act, and so I left my flute and my and my performance shoes in the dressing room at Disneyland, and I did that last show. But when I left, the next year I went to school and I signed up. My elective was show choir and concert choir, and then I never touched the flute after that for a very long time.
That's making a statement when you're leaving your instrument someplace.
Yeah.
Right.
So, how old were you when you know you wanted to do this professionally? It's like you want to do it for a living.
Well, I went through high school doing dance. I did some Polynesian, some belly dancing.
This is not usual.
You know, the normal stuff.
Not normal dance.
I still have my skirts. I didn't
know that.
A lot of odd stuff, and then I was still doing choir. I was doing just my regular classes, and then I was taking a couple private lessons every couple of days in the week, and then. Once I turned...
Not with me yet.
Not yet. This is just my choir teacher. And then I got to be about 17 or 18, and I graduated, and I went to college and started taking dance. So that was then I did some ballet, contemporary, a little bit of hip-hop, and I was really, really trying to get some private vocal lessons, but it was really difficult because there was a lot of kids at my school, so I couldn't do that. And then I came out here and I met Ren and Corinne. And then I sang for them, and then
we went to say what?
And then I made the decision. I dropped all my classes. Once again, a really split decision. Dropped all my classes, didn't finish anything, and I moved to Las Vegas.
She was in college, you guys, not in high school.
Yeah.
Just want to be very, very clear. Well, this is normally a question he would ask. How did you know you wanted to be an actor? Because you were a singer. She was a singer, and we'll be talking about her voice in segment 2.
That actually didn't come until later when it was really all about singing, and I became very, very, very interested in the singing part and the technicalities of everything. And then I started to work more with Ren, and then that shook everything up.
Ren's job is to shake it up.
Everything up.
Shake it up. Shake it up.
Then after that, it was like, because he introduced a different side of performance to me, where, as before it was all about the singing and the microphone.
Yeah, she was incredely technically proficient.
And then when he threw in the, okay, well, now let's make it a story, I was like, I don't know how to do that. And so once we started to work more doing that, and I got more comfortable doing that, and I saw that I could actually do it, that it was not just the thing you do. You know, you don't just go up and sing a little bit and pretend to act. Once I realized that it was something that I could actually do, that I could become a character, then I started to think, okay, maybe this is something I'd really like to do.
That was
That's-
fun.
So,
In that particular sense, so we'll get into this a little bit later. So, and we'll cover back in 3. You did some independent films. Did you have some fun? How'd that go?
I had so much fun, and that was a big breaking point for me, because it went from where I was just kind of performing a little bit on stage and thinking my way through the acting to you don't have time for that, because the camera sees everything and you have to go. So I had to really learn to let go and really work on my background and letting go of who I was to become somebody else.
And you'll get to see that in section 2. You're going to get to hear her sing, so make sure you listen to that first video, and then you'll get to see her act, which is pretty phenomenal.
girlfriend is all around, man. Let me tell you.
She is well-rounded in
Nice
all of
to
that
meet
area.
Oh, we do love her, but we're telling the truth. I mean, we ain't lying because we
No.
love you. So go ahead.
No, you're-
No, you go ahead.
Okay. How you doing out there?
I'm the boss. I'm the boss of you. When I
All
say,
right, that
okay.
happens. So, with the singing stuff, because it's a tough balance at first, and the one thing both Corinne and I talk about, first people have to learn the technical side of singing, which because of your musicianship, you really were good at. And you have such a unique sound, which they'll get to hear and take too. And when you're doing that, becomes very proficient at it. But people forget that singing is actually a form of storytelling, melodic storytelling, meaning that you're doing the same thing as an actor, but you have to keep a timing called a rhythm and an interval for singing, like in playing a flute, the notes that you hit. And you have to do all that once. So to be honest, it's very impressive, because singers who learn to do that it's amazing. You can take many months to be an actor on a play or television, but you got to change every 3 minutes the movie or so when you're doing singing and stuff, and it's pretty
Right.
impressive.
You're a different character every song. You're not the same.
So-
I have one thing I want to bring up, because Kylie's one of our babies, and so one of the things I want to bring up is your mom was in show business, because we always talk about support system. Did you have a support system at home?
I did. My mom was on Soul Train. She was on American Bandstand, and she
was a dancer.
She was a dancer, and she modeled for Dick Clark. So she left also at a very early age to go and travel and live her dreams. And I think that just hearing all those stories growing up really made me want to do it. And it was funny, when I actually left home, there was a hesitation there, because she didn't want me to leave and didn't want me to leave the state, but at the same time she told me, you're just like me, you're gonna go do whatever you want to go do anyway, and I can't stop you, because it's what I did. And so when I finally left, she supported me, and she was happy to see that I was doing what I wanted to do.
She's a Cali girl.
Yeah,
Very cool.
from California.
We have a question coming in. So
A
we're going to bring in
question!
producer Des. And this is Miss Desiree.
Miss Des, our producer. Ain't she gorgeous?
So we have a question today from Noah. He says, besides dancing,
The
singing,
Noah?
the Noah.
The Noah.
So
Wow. Cool.
Anchors away, bud.
besides dancing, singing, and acting, is there anything else you wanted to accomplish in life?
Yes, actually, I was just talking to Corinne a little bit about this today. I really, 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 really love animals, and I have a lot of fur babies myself.
Oh, believe me.
Oh, I've
she's
got-
Really
she's got a
does.
A
zoo.
flock.
A flock, yeah.
At small petting zoo. I'm gonna start charging admission. But, but I really, really, one of the main things that I've always wanted to do, aside from the arts, is help animals and create a world and an environment where they don't have to be afraid of people, because that's kind of silly to me. Something or an animal that doesn't have a voice, I feel like it's our responsibility to make sure that they're taken care of and they're not harmed.
And you can use your talent
Yeah, that's
do
right.
that.
as a
That's
platform
right.
to do that.
Yeah.
That's why we're vegan. Just saying.
Yes.
Just
Yeah.
want you to know.
And
We're
that's
all
part of
vegan.
something we're
All
putting
vegan.
together groups of people, and it's called Artists for Humanity.
We'll be talking
And
more
we
about
consider the little beings humans too. I
that.
mean,
The little beans.
yeah,
little
when you
beans.
live with them after a while, you
All
realize
fuzzy and
they really
feathery
are.
and
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Scaly beans.
So they do all of that. So upcoming next now, stay tuned because I want you to hear this phenomenal voicing as she sings in one of the independent films, which is kind of a crossover musical and acting. You're going to see both. And Corinne will be helping you on that.
It's all about me.
We'll be coming
No,
back. And it will
joking.
be.
It's about beautiful Carly with Indigo.
All right, we will catch you in take 2. Take care.
And I said I wouldn't go, but I've lost all control and I need you now. And I don't know how I can do without. I just need you now. Hello, hello. Can you hear me? I can be a China doll if you'd like to see me fall. Boy, you're so dope. Your love is deadly. Tell me life is beautiful. They all think I have it all. I'm nothing without you. All my dreams and all the lights mean nothing without you. All my dreams and all the lights mean I'm nothing if I can't have you. DreamWeavers StarTrax.
Hi, Star Trackers. How you doing? Corinne Zai with DreamWeavers StarTrax with the beautiful Carly Kemp, a.k.a. Indigo. And she is a singer, dancer, actor, and we covered her history in segment 1. But now we're going to talk about her singing, because I just happen to be her singing teacher.
Yeah.
There you have it. Carly has a really, as you heard in the media coming into this segment, girlfriend can sing, just saying. And we talk about all the time being a recording artist, right? You can't, oh, hold on a second. I love her hair. and I want
It does what it
It
wants.
does, yeah, it lives. It lives. I didn't want her to do the whole segment like that. So to be a recording artist, you have to have a unique sound. Well, you don't have to have, but the labels are always looking for that. And Carly has a unique sound, as you well heard. And so I always ask my questions, such as Jeff Mix and the clients that are on with that sound. How did we keep the unique sound and still have healthy technique? Because a lot of times, right, that unique sound happens because of unhealthy technique. Mm-hmm. You're singing like this or whatever. So did you find out when you started taking voice lessons that it changed your sound, or did it help your sound?
It definitely helped. It gave me, like you say, more toys to play with.
It's got more toys to play with.
It opened up possibilities for what I could do, because I was very limited before. I was just singing in my head voice, and I couldn't really do much else. I didn't have any depth, any bottom to my voice, and you know, I feel like you did a really good job though. Like,
Thank you.
Yeah, because I remember the first time you heard me really do vibrato, you told me it was so wrong it was right. That
Yeah, it's fast. It was
Yeah.
fast, really, really fast, but it worked.
Yeah, but you wouldn't touch it. So, yeah. No, I feel like it really, really helped. And before I was working with you, I really thought that I couldn't sing because my voice was so unique, because it was so different. And I had all these people, all you guys telling me that it was a good thing, that that's what people are looking for. And I'm like, well, that's good, because I don't know if I could do anything else. So,
Well, it's great because that unique sound is what the labels are looking to sign. They want to know that, like a Macy Gray. Some of you young guys don't know who that is, but she sings like that.
Yeah.
But, like, who cares?
Yeah.
It's really, really, really cool. Girlfriend got some soul.
yes.
Just saying. So, yeah, so vocal technique helped give you longevity, and you know, you could sing even when you're sick.
Yeah.
And believe me, when you're tired, and when we were in the recording studio recording for the album, because there's how many songs you sing in that?
Is it 5?
For the movie? 5 songs.
5? Yeah.
Yeah, she was toasty exhausted, but she was still nailing it. So going to that point, when you're exhausted like that, does your voice get tired, and how do you deal with that?
You really have to remember your technique. You have to, for one thing, you can't focus on being tired, because then your voice is going to do all the things you don't want it to do. So
Bam.
you focus on what you've learned. You make sure you got your squeak. You make sure you're not holding your breath. Make sure you've got that good yawn, and just sing through it. You can't tighten up. You can't sit there and think about how tired you are, because your voice doesn't care.
Yeah, it sure doesn't. It sure doesn't. So when you were recording, you know, we've done a lot of live shows, and we've done a lot of recording, and she's a monster in the studio. And we kind of covered that in the pre-production, so I want to talk about that. And she sings harmony like a monster. I don't have to go, and you'll see next week Erin too, another a great harmony singer. When we were working on the vocal arrangements for the songs for the movie, I would just like say, do this harmonic line, and I'd give her a little bit, and then she'd just take off. I didn't have to do it. So what is the difference between, for you, singing live in front of an audience and singing in the recording studio?
Well, from what I've done so far, I was really I was very focused on singing technically when I first started singing. And once I got that, I was like, oh, I'm good. You know, I'm very logical thinker, and
She's a 1 + 1 = 2 girl.
Yes. So I took all that and brought it to singing. And so when I started with acting and performing on stage, it kind of threw me a little bit, because you have to focus not only on your technicals, but also on your story. So for a while, I was really, really nervous, because it felt like I was not able to keep myself in control of what I was doing, and I didn't like that.
And she wouldn't let go.
I wouldn't let go. But, you know, eventually I got over that. But when we sang in the studio, I found, you know, I was a little nervous at first, because I was hearing, you know, you're going to be able to hear everything, and, you know, a lot of people get pretty hard on themselves because you're not used to being able to hear yourself that way. But I liked it. I liked being able to hear every little nuance, being able to really, really control my voice that way, because of being able to hear everything. And the harmonies were so much easier that way, and it was so much easier to really, really get into my story and bring out the emotion in my voice. So
as we saw.
Yeah, it was.
As we saw. Come on. You don't even have to be watching. You can hear it in her voice. And one of the things that Miss Carly worked on that was pretty amazing was marrying this vocal technique with this great depth of acting, of character, you know, and a lot of times people's vocal style is determined by what they can't do.
Yeah.
But
right.
So when you let go into that, the vocal style was just determined by what?
My heart.
See, did you see me guide her right into that?
I was like, what are we looking for?
Yeah, right? But
Yeah,
it was
no,
guided
really.
by the emotion. You didn't think about, well, I'm going to do this lick,
No.
or I'm going to do this or this. You just...
And then I noticed that when you really let go and you let your emotions guide you and the story lead, then you don't really have to worry about the technical stuff, because it does what it's supposed to do.
Because you did your job before you got to that point. Practice, people. Practice! Well, guess what? Our beautiful producer is coming on with another audience question. But we're stretching. So this means stretch, people. This means just a second. So what's your favorite genre of music?
I really like esoteric stuff. I like alternative stuff. I like,
believe me,
quirky things. Yeah, I'd bring her songs that nobody on the planet has ever heard before.
love it.
Ever, except
Oh, here comes Des. Okay. Desiree!
Okay, so we have a question from Jeremy.
Hey,
the
Jeremy!
question is, why didn't you pursue dancing as opposed to any of the other stuff you've been involved in?
That has a number of answers. I'll give you a couple of them.
I like the...
So, first of all, because I knew I could sing from a very early age. And I never really, when I was very young, my mom was still traveling and stuff and working. So I didn't really have anybody there to tell me, okay, let's go to dance practice. Let's, take lessons. What exactly did you want to do? So I pretty much just kind of sang by myself until I got to high school, and then I was like, okay, I really like this. But by that time, it was like I did Polynesian and belly dancing because it was not ballet and it wasn't so hard.
Quirky and different,
Yeah.
which is very Carly.
Right. And so I guess reason number 2 would be because I guess I felt like it just singing just and acting and that kind of stuff, once I really got into it and learned more about it, that's what came natural. And
we can talk more about that in segment 3 with Ren and Carly talking about her acting and her filming. We'll catch you on the flip side, and I'll see you in segment 4, but stick around for segment 3.
Bye.
Hello.
China, I need you to get in here right now. The sound engineer messed up the track again, and I've got to get this to the higher-ups by noon tomorrow.
3 a.m. My voice is exhausted, and so am I.
So take some steroids and get your ass in here now. This is the business you chose, isn't it? I expect to see you here in 45 minutes.
I'm on my way. I'm an idiot. Those were the exact words that he said to me. I won't stop letting him lie to me. Rocky, I'm always going to be here for you. You're right. We're the only family we've got, so we have to look out for each other. We're sisters forever.
DreamWeavers StarTrax.
Hey, DreamWeavers StarTrackers, looking forward. I hope you enjoyed that. We are with Miss Carly Kemp, also known professionally as Indigo.
Hello.
And Indigo, as you can see, can act and sing. And one of the things I'd like to talk about is, because in the beginning, everybody does it. It's like a triple process. First thing is, they act like they got it together when in truth they're scared.
Yeah.
Second thing they do is they become technically proficient. And then you finally shifted from being technically in control of everything to jumping off the cliff into experiential, meaning that you experienced what you sang and did. Give us a little psychology transition of what that was like for you.
So at first it was, like you just said, me trying to be technical and thinking my way through acting. And
She's really smart, and that part of being smart.
then realizing that that only takes you so far. And it is very noticeable that people can see that you're nervous. It doesn't hide anything. So that failed me. And then once we started really getting into more acting, the short films and things, that was when I really had a moment where I was able to create enough background and really believe my story, really become part of the story. And I felt what it was like to let go and to let go of myself, become somebody else. And then it was like I didn't want to go back the other way, because it was then I really realized that, there was a period of time when I didn't think that I could really act, that I thought it was just, okay, this is a part of it, so I have to do it. But when I really felt myself let go and felt that I was capable of doing that and that I could actually be good at it, then it was, I remember one time when we were working on a song and I felt that release, I actually broke down and started crying because I felt like, okay, I can actually do this. I don't have to be afraid
I
of
remember
it.
when you were, I think it was lithium or
Yeah.
something you're working on. And that's the toughest thing, because the intellect wants to be very safe. It goes, I need to figure out how to let go without letting go. And you're trying to keep control of everything, which is the worst thing you can do in the long run.
Right.
And then one day it just shifted. You were working on it. You'd done it so repetitively, and then, bam, there was just somebody completely different in front doing that song, and I went, wow, that was there. And then the acting experience with one of your co-stars that you did in Moonlit Tears with Little Rock Star, which is, we saw on the last film. That's her part of that, and What do you do in your head now when it's time to act?
Well, before I was thinking about, okay, this is what I'm going to do next, and this is my line, and remember your background, and then you get to a point where you're thinking as the character. So it's not your head anymore, it belongs to the character. So, and that really helps because you have no you left. It's all about the character, the person that you have created. And so in my head now, it's just completely my background. What would this person be thinking right now? How would they be feeling right now? And then you act accordingly.
And that's kind of part of the natural acting, but we also call that transpersonal acting, where you kind of transcend yourself into this being just as real as you are. And that's an art form that's pretty sophisticated because painting's 2-dimensional, sculpting's 3, acting's 4-dimensional. The fourth dimension being time, where you actually have to become someone else.
Yeah.
And I, at least myself personally, I find it kind of a vacation from the 9-to-5 life of everything going on. It's just cool to be someone else for a moment where you don't have to worry about the bills and all the other stuff. So, in performing that, tell us about some of the experiences you had that you thought, when you got into those so deep, that what are some of the experiences you had after you went that far?
I remember when we were working on Moonlit Tears, and we had our script, and we were kind of hitting some mental walls, and then you told us to just go and create an organic script, and just to kind of let go and to see where it went. And that was really when those were some of the big moments that I finally was able to let go, and that I had stepped up to another level, because it was just me, running outside and coming back in and throwing my purse on the ground and not having any idea what I was going to say. But that's a good thing, because then your character says what she's supposed to say, or he's supposed to say, and you don't have time to think about what you would say. It's just, without those lines there, without you having an opportunity to think about anything, then you just become.
Yeah, we pretty well put you on the high wire at that point. And because, and don't feel bad, smart people have a tendency to overthink everything, and it's one of the side effects. But I remember she kept doing it, and then we were once in a living room and said, and what she meant by an organic script, being that I would write the screenplay, I'd say, okay, now let your character, whatever it says, happens. And she did that, and at one point there was a shift. I remember she said, you caught yourself. You were like halfway to the door, and you said, oh, wow, I caught myself thinking about this and that, and you actually saw what you were doing. And after that, I got to be honest, there was a transition in your acting that never turned around.
That was it. I remember that exact day. I think that was it. That was it.
And it was fun, especially the one and what we're looking at is 2 things she did. One is called Indigo and Bliss, a Love Story, which is a combination of music and acting, and the other is Moonlit Tears, which you'll be seeing a little more of that, because we're going to redo that as an idea, which will be, how do you make an independent movie from script to crowdfunding right on through it. And you get to watch Indigo, plus you get to see some of the background stuff when they're getting prepared and the funny things they really do. But there are all those moments. And it's funny right at that point where, especially at one point, I mean, she's right in the camera, man. You're looking at the camera like you want to back up because she's just really upset with you, and it's really great. So we're having a lot of fun with that. So we are now going to come up to another question, only this one is going to be one of her co-stars that was in Moonlit Tears, and that will be Mrs. Rockstar, who is today an assistant producer of Desiree.
Yes.
And if you all remember, we had her on a few weeks back. Hi. Go for the guy. There they go. They know each other. Okay.
A little bit. Tiny bit.
Okay. First one is, how do you keep your technique and stay in your story and perform at the same time without losing the technique or losing the story?
Number 1, practice a lot. So you have your technique down, so that way when you're actually in your story, you're not having to think about your technique. It's just there. And then, like I said before, when you are in your story and you become that character and you are allowing your heart to do the work, your emotion to do the talking or the singing, then the technique kind of just does what it's supposed to do. And I mean, you have moments where it's like, oh, that wasn't technically correct, but it still sounds like it fits because it's part of the emotion. It's part of that raw feeling, and then it doesn't matter anymore because it just ties in perfectly. There you go.
How's
Very cool.
One
You
more.
got another one. Okay.
Okay, I don't. Never mind.
Oh.
No, I don't.
She wants to hang out with us, which is fine.
Okay. Well, I tell you what. No. I tell you what. You're going to bring that question back because in the next section is going to be your section where we're going to take in all of your questions and things that you want to know about, and Indigo will be answering them, and Rockstar, you'll get to start that up with the next question that you have.
Cool.
And thank you, Miss Ember. Thank you. Very kindly, Indigo, and we will see you in just a few moments.
DreamWeavers StarTrax. DreamWeavers StarTrax. DreamWeavers StarTrax. DreamWeavers StarTrax. DreamWeavers StarTrax. DreamWeavers StarTrax. DreamWeavers StarTrax.
Hi there, Star Trackers. How you doing? Here we are, DreamWeavers StarTrax, back at our wonderful WCOBM Las Vegas
Hey,
studio.
You bet. Thank you.
Thank you, WCOBM family. We love you. We are here. We are here with our wonderful host, Ren Zai, acting teacher, filmmaker, actor, all kinds of stuff.
All around
All
Rascallion.
around Rascallion for sure. Our wonderful guest, Miss Carly Kemp, professionally known as Indigo.
Hello.
Our beautiful producer, Miss Desiree Fahey. And who is this? Okay, I gotta explain because you guys are going to be confused if you watch the other segments. This is Ember, but our name for her is Rockstar.
When she used to grow up, so yeah.
When she
But
was
it
young,
is
and that's
Ember. It's Ember.
our name, and we also call her Baby. So there you have it. Yeah. Okay. So now we're going to turn this segment over to our beautiful producer.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome very much.
Before we get started, Miss Ember had a question. I will let her chime in first.
Okay, how did you stay motivated in everything that you did?
Whoa.
Your motivation has to be very clear. I knew why I wanted to do this because I wanted to sing and I wanted to act and I wanted to dance, to use my talents to benefit the planet, to help people, to help kids, to help animals, all of them, all the beings. And when you really, when you take something like that in your heart, it's very, you can't really stray away because that's so important to me, and it always has been, and I've always known that from a very young age that I wanted to do something to help, and realizing that I could use my talents to do that kept me focused.
And DreamWeavers Star Trackers, Dreamweavers run on imagination, helping the world one story, one artist at a time, and
you
Miss
can do a lot
Carly
about that.
exemplifies that.
And
Yes, she
that's why
does.
she's part of the team of Artists for Humanity
right.
because, we can make a difference.
We can make a difference, y'all.
All right. So,
All right.
good question, Jill.
Good,
Really good one.
Okay. All right. You're done. All right. Baby goes to corner.
Don't put Baby in the corner.
Really? Okay, come on. Now we're just teasing. Remember that from Dirty Dancing?
Dirty Dancing,
Nobody
you
puts
guys.
Baby in the corner.
Don't put Baby in the corner.
Get out of the corner, baby. Get back over here.
We just had to do that because we thought we were cool. That's all.
She's so shy. Okay. All right.
Okay, so we have a question from Kristen. She says, "Can you sing a little something for us so we can
my
hear
God.
your unique voice?"
What? Okay, I'm turning the mic.
I think it's something to sing.
There's something you know.
Do it that way.
It's easy.
Yeah, I'll do it. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is actually from one of the films we were doing, Bliss and Indigo, Love Story. And this is one of my favorite songs. Hello, hello, can you hear me? I can be a China doll if you like to see me fall. Boy, you're so dope. Your love is deadly. Tell me life is beautiful. They all think I have it all. I'm nothing without you.
If you wonder if she really sounded like that, no studio.
Yeah, that was
trick.
it. There's no
No
effects
studio
here.
tricks. There was no fixing pitches.
No.
Yeah, no. It's what you hear is what you get
Thank
live.
you, vocal cords.
Yeah, Corinne does one thing that
Through.
one of the things that we kind of demand out of our students is
demand.
what you hear is what they can do live.
Right. Standing
And
in the field.
because if whether they're doing it on camera, whether they're doing on stage, it should be the same. And it's kind of cool, or even in the recording studio. It's kind of fun that way.
Absolutely.
You pay your $150 to go see them, and then they sound awful. I don't know about you, but I feel ripped off.
Nobody got time for that.
All right, next question, Ms. Daz.
All right, this one I think you guys can kind of chime in as well. So, question from Freddie.
Hi, Fred.
Carly mentioned getting deep in acting and letting go. How do you dig deep to no longer see or feel yourself when acting, and how do you even figure this out?
That's what took me, I think, the longest. And I remember having a conversation with Ren, and I was just like, you know what, I just feel like I'm having trouble with that. I just can't let go. There's just something I don't know how to do that. People can do it and I can't. And then I had to really, and there was really nothing you could do, because it was me who had to decide that I wanted to let go, that I wanted to just do my research, get my background together, get my bridge environment, everything together, to where I was actually creating another human being. And you can't focus on what you don't want and expect what you do. So
You cannot actually aim at what you don't want or what you're concerned about. Those things are going to take you in a different direction, because believe it or not, you go where your mind's going.
Oh,
if
yeah.
you're going, I don't want to do that, that's where you're going. That has nothing to do with
Brain
where
will
you're
give you
supposed
that.
to be headed. And it's one of the things that's part of the natural actor is called transpersonal acting. How do we let go of ourselves in order to literally become someone else? Well, this is kind of the stunning, simple answer. Did you know your exact name the moment you were born? I mean, pretty well the world was kind of globular. You're out there looking. Things are cold. I want to go back in. It was warm in there. People are hitting you on the butt. It's like, whoa, this place is the wrong turn. But the simple fact is, you didn't know your name. You had to learn that. So in part of our training, we learn how to let go of what we think we are. And we go back to that state of mind that we've been since birth, which is conscious. And then we get to design this character and sculpt it into ourselves, and it's really a lot of fun. You become that, and it's so fun. You get to see as them, hear as them, feel as them, think as them, react as them. And it's just kind of a fun art feel. I mean, I've been at it since 72. I was like, yeah! and it does, and don't feel bad. Like I said, most people will start with, I don't know if I can do that. And then once again, you're going wherever your mind says, well, I don't know means you're telling yourself you can't.
Yeah, the C word, not allowed.
But you forgot something. You became you. And they could have given you any name at birth. Okay, here's the truth. My name before I was born in 1952 was Venora Michelle. I am so glad my name was changed after birth, because they couldn't look inside and go, it's a boy or a girl. On a military base, can you imagine that life? Talk about a song called A Boy Called Sue. That would have been a nightmare. So the real fact is with this, transpersonal is you begin to learn how to let go of what you think you are. And there's this incredible part of your mind that's so magical. Like when you were a kid and you could become anything. Even as an adult, you can drop it in, put it in, and all of a sudden, bam, you're there. And when you're there, it's hard to explain how much fun it is.
Nice.
I could talk about this for a while.
Just saying.
Okay, we have another question from Corey. Have you done any writing for music or movies or anything like that?
And that's right. And what are you working on? But what are you working on?
A mini album.
She's working on her first mini album, and we will keep you up with what's going on.
Yeah.
And so is Ember. They're going to be working together, each on their own albums.
And so am
it's
I.
Be really cool. Yeah. So yeah, and
Geriatric crowd, wait for it.
Now remember, these two, I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to be a lot of fun, because we're going to get Des is helping to produce it, and she's going to be filming. And what you're going to be seeing is the actual technique of songwriting that was kind of taught to us, part of it from Kay Parker,
Diane
who had
Warren's
50
protege.
Yeah, they had like 50 Grammys.
The late amazing John
they're amazing
Drahaney,
women in their training.
LA Songwriters Association, National Association of Songwriters. Jack Smalley, who Jack was Mission Impossible, Murder, She Wrote.
Yeah, all the music
Charlie's
you hear,
Angels,
these are these
and
guys.
the amazing and late and just like
John
goosebumps,
Drahaney, yeah.
Dick Grove.
Dick Grove, yeah. We were very lucky in all of that.
Okay, so
I think
more
it's
question.
one more
So
question.
we got another one. Yay!
One more question. Okay, what was the funniest or craziest experience you've ever had, either on set or on stage?
Oh, okay. that goes right back to my very first performance. So I was working on a song, an Ingrid Michaelson song we was going to do for a show. And Corinne, wonderful Corinne, sends us all of our tracks. And
I don't remember this.
I don't know why I did this, but she sent me the track that I was supposed to be learning, and I rehearsed my own track. So when I got to the actual performance,
I do remember
had
this.
no idea where the song was supposed to start, where I was at, and I actually had them restart the song twice, and I still could not figure out where I was at. So the entire song I was just winging it, and it was really awkward.
I remember that.
I just wanted to go home.
She did it. That's the point. She
Really
But
came
the
back.
good news is she didn't, and that's the amazing thing. Hey,
And we have one real quick thing.
Yes.
She's got an incredible thing to tell you, and we're all
yes.
so excited.
Oh, this is a surprise.
The surprise!
Yeah.
The beautiful Miss Carly Kemp.
I'm having a baby.
There's a mini Indigo,
Mini
and her
Indigo.
name really, it is a girl, and it is Indigo. So we have Indigo, we have mini
Baby
Indigo.
Yeah.
Going to be coming out.
In,
I'm
Indigo,
here.
and give us 5 years, Indigo will be on the show with us.
Oh, yeah, in a heartbeat.
Next week we
next
have
week,
next
yes.
week. I'm sorry.
Yes. No,
Next
you
week
go.
we have the amazing Erin Pavlico. She is a singer, dancer, actor. She's been with us since she was 7 years old. She's done a Last Ship on TNT, Best Friends, whatever on Disney, 100 Things to Do Before High School on Nickelodeon, and she's only 15, y'all.
Oh, yeah, she's already in college.
Tune in,
She's
because you're going to learn a lot.
smart.
She's
Really
been
good
in
at what she
college
does.
for a year. She's finished her freshman year. So
Graduated 14, amazing.
Good stuff. Yeah.
All right, hey, we love you guys out there. Keep on dreaming, keep on writing. Artists for Humanity.
bye, Star Trekkers.
DreamWeavers StarTrax. DreamWeavers StarTrax. DreamWeavers StarTrax. DreamWeavers StarTrax. DreamWeavers StarTrax. DreamWeavers StarTrax. DreamWeavers StarTrax.